Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are still working on improving the position of the House of Bourbon, which is the Legitimist faction in our country. So let's continue to take a look at our agricultural sectors and what we can improve. We've got to be able to sell coffee somewhere. Coffee is dirt cheap. The Ottoman Empire will buy our coffee. Oh, right. We were selling coffee to them before, but they were in a civil war for a bit. They actually have pretty good consumption rates. I wonder if... Hold on. Can I... They do have a coffee obsession, so if we continue to expand coffee development and continue to export coffee to them, they will buy every of our coffee. They will buy all the coffee. Every single bean. So that's good. We have a lot of... That's a big growth market for us. French West Indies, we do have some labor available here. Not a lot of infrastructure, though. French Guiana, not a lot of labor. Pondicherry. We're building stuff up in Pondicherry. Where is Pondicherry? Hold on. We just built a bunch of tobacco plantations. Pondicherry, where are you? You're over here in India. Alright, neat. So, let's get some coffee plantations built up here. Not a lot of arable land available in this zone, so we won't do too many. I guess we'll do one in Guyana. Alright, that should be enough. I'll throw all this other infrastructure at the bottom there. Once we get water tube boiler finished out, that's really gonna... What does this button do? Oh, that just resets our view. Once we get that done, we'll be able to really increase iron outputs, and that's going to help things out overall. We have got a lot of... This homesteading movement is creating a lot of radicals, which I don't love. I gotta say, this sway to legitimism button is not really... Ooh, bad situations in Ile-de-France and Alsace-Lorraine. You know what we can do is we can decree emergency relief in those regions. It's going to cost the government a little bit of money, but it should improve standard of living for the pops here. We don't have any unemployment, so why are things so bad for the working class in Paris and Alsace-Lorraine? No unemployment here either. Alemannic is not a discriminated culture. We got a lot of Protestants here. What about in Paris? Paris is almost completely Catholic. We got a lot of Protestants here, but that number is decreasing as state religion provides a lot of conversion. Yes? It does not. Interesting. They are converting slowly. I guess it would be due to public schools. I could go to religious schools to continue to increase the strength of the Catholic Church. The intelligentsia are much less mad about that. We've been giving them some time to relax. And they have dutifully been relaxing about the fact that we've been basically doing stuff that's made them big mad this whole time. I could flip over to a completely illegitimate government. That would be an interesting deploy. We're not trying to change anything about the country right now. So that might actually be the play. It would create a ton of radicals and create an unacceptable government, which would make everybody mad. I'm inclined to do it. They would put the armed forces into the resistance party. Let's do it. So we'll wait for a week to tick over and let this reset. And then that should... Yeah, here we go. We're increasing a lot. We're not. We're increasing slower now. Combined cloud of legitimist interest groups. Future building rules. Getting a small bonus from government legitimacy. They're getting a penalty from government legitimacy. But they're getting a big bonus from government illegitimacy. That's not ideal. I don't want to downsize the armed forces. But I might have to. What I might do is reduce the ones in Africa. I can't reduce them from here. I need to do it via this interface. In Constantine. Okay, so I just need to make sure this stays with the ones in Constantine. Alright, that one's Oran. Alright, that's fine. There's Constantine again. Alright, so that should be enough for now. Inefficient agriculture. The industrialists have started complaining about the existence of subsistence farms in Poitou-Saint-Ange, stating that their undeniable inefficiency should be immediately addressed. We should follow their advice, create some radical upper stardom pops there, or they serve our purposes. This makes the industrialists a little mad. I think we're fine with some radical pops, so I think it's fine if we do that. We did institute those, yep, unacceptable government. I know it. Hopefully that should reduce these out. I'm hoping the ones in Alsace-Lorraine are good to go fairly soon. But it would be a tragedy if they are not. Iron is crazy expensive. Wood is also crazy expensive. I feel like we can fix that for wood by just getting some of these. What is the price of hardwood looking like? We can import trade route from Russia on wood. And for hardwood, frankly. Russia wants a trade agreement? Absolutely. That should help. Louis Napoleon. That's not great. Chastened by his travels abroad and his failed coup, Louis Napoleon Bonaparte has returned to French borders. Papa, Papa, Napoleon has returned. Which Napoleon would that be, Jacques? Little Corporal, the reigning king, or the Swiss man? The Swiss officer, Papa. He's not deserving of any special treatment. He becomes... the petit bourgeois become more radical, and he appears. Perhaps he's learned his lesson. He appears. It's Napoleonic return for increased popularity and interest political strength. I'm going to do the first one. But hear me out. What if I immediately exile him again? I can't because... the character's ideology is too similar to our ruler. Well, I don't like that. I feel like that's gotta be a bug. Or something of that nature. The Resistance Party is really stonky at this point. Relations are continuing to improve with our neighbors. I feel like at this point our infamy should be very low. Cool. Mascara we still have a truce with for another 19 months. So let's go ahead and take over Togur. We can't grab Tunis yet unless we want to fight the Ottoman Empire. And we don't necessarily wish to do that. So, We'll go ahead and do a conquer on Tagort. Oh, interesting. Britain might fight us. I don't think they have any capacity to fight us. Because Tagort is landlocked. So I'm not worried about it. He wants an autocracy, which is interesting. Okay, so combined popularity of Bonapartist characters is really, really increasing. The Bonapartists, it's really giving them a lot of progress. It sure is a shame that I can't exile this guy again. Is there a Legitimist that I could bring in from abroad? Not really. Yeah, friends, I think it's just building farms all the way down. I think that's the only way we're gonna be able to make this happen, to be honest. Don't need to import fertilizer from Prussia anymore, so we can stop doing that. And let's see if we can't make some grain exports happen. America would like some grain. That's kind of shocking, but I guess we'll do it. What about fruit? Somebody's got to be willing to buy this fruit. Russia will buy this fruit. And America will as well. Excellent. So we'll continue to... So now we've got trade routes for wheat. We can continue to build that up without a problem. And there's water tube boiler. So we'll put some more in Menage. 6 levels. And we'll go ahead and throw all of this industrial stuff below that. At some point I gotta get this motor industry built, but for the moment I'm continuing to increase the Orleanists. Or the Legitimists. So, that is... So how are tools looking in our market? Not great, but we can tolerate a little bit of an increase. So let's go ahead and grab our iron mines again. And we will turn them into condensing pump engine. At this time, I think we're also going to switch the coal mines over. And we'll get them using nitro as well. That is going to make them unproductive, but I'm sure there is someone we can... Right, no, we don't want them using nitro because of that. But I'm sure there's someone we can sell this extra coal to abroad. Because, as you can see here, we got a pretty good buffer. We're at about 150 over, and everyone likes coal. America wants coal. America, do you want to have a trade agreement over here? Agrarian and Farmer Party. Oh, that's good. Let's improve relations a bit. Do we already have a trade agreement with America? Yes, we do. That is what's going on. So, we have an Agrarian and Farmer Party now. Because of this guy. Alright, beautiful. So, the Intelligentsia will join the Republican Party on the next government reform. We cannot, however, pull them in due to them being suppressed. But we'll check it out at the end of the election and see what it will do to our legitimacy. I think putting the Resistance Party back in power might be the play, because the Bonapartists are progressing ludicrously fast, and I don't really have the capacity to overrun them right now. We are still gaining on the Orleanists, but having Louis Napoleon over here is a problem. There's war with Tagort. Once again, we've got a really strong force comparison here, so we'll just wait until a battle ensues, and take a little look at that just to make sure that everything looks good. Let's cook a soup. Very good force comparison here. Wow, that was really, really fast. Victory is ours. Alright, and that seems to be the end of the war. The landowners have expressed their concerns about government decisions clearly favoring the interests of the industrialists. Choosing is always hard, not because the decision is difficult to make, but because the consequences can be a bit inconvenient. Rumors are spreading like smoke from a factory, staining the clear air of France with a dense and vicious poison. This needs to be addressed. This makes the landowners happy at the expense of the industrialists, or they need to accept that they can't always please everyone. So this is providing increased investment pool contribution efficiency. I am actually going... Oh, wait, hold on. Increase the progress of the Orleanists by 10. You understand we can't please everyone. Decreases the progress of the Orleanists. I'm going to do the second one. And if I lose the investment pool bonus, that's fine, because that's going to weaken the Orleanists. Heirs of the Grand Armée event. We got this event last one. I'm going to read it again, just for the sake of being a good Let's Player here. The good spirits of French soldiers in our current conflict brings rise to memories of the triumphant armies of Napoleon I. The Bonapartist cause has enjoyed an increase in popularity along the front lines. Stirrings among the people and soldiery alike rumbled through the streets. From the dampest inn corners to the trodden fields, the memory of Napoleon's first decisive victories rouse all. France's grand regiments might again march through Paris at the order of a new Napoleon. Patronize the soldiers for their good showing, increases the strength of the armed forces, or this bodes well for the Bonapartist cause, increases the progress of the Bonapartists. We get 15 Bonapartists for the second, 15 progress for the Bonapartists with the second option, only 5 for the first, so I'm going to do the first. If only there was someone I could sway to Orleanism, but tragically I cannot. If I could get a leader into one of these armies who aligns with one of these other interest groups. So I can't change an intelligentsia character. What about the navies? What about you? You're an armed forces character. And you're both armed forces guys. You guys only landowners. So you're a market liberal. And you're a reformer. Market liberal might be valid. How long until this? Am I already doing this? It's selected. I don't know. Curious. So let's go ahead and pull this guy into a position. So he's a landowner's guy. He's a market liberal. Can't sway him. They need to be in government. Okay. He's also disliked due to being cruel, so having him be around is not that useful. Alright. Well, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and conquer Tagore. Okay. So we have a barracks here under construction. I'm going to close that out. And once again, I'm going to reduce the barracks there. And again, this is just to reduce the number of military buildings. How are things going with Mascara? We have another year of our truce with them. So we're making pretty okay progress with this overall, except for this whole situation. And I don't want to do a massive downsizing of the army, but I think that might be the only option here. So let's do it. I don't know. This might be a huge mistake. It is helping our finances a lot, obviously, but we didn't really need the help. My 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 oh my gosh, what's the name of those things? My decrees have helped. There's a problem in French East Sahara, but I'm not necessarily concerning myself with that right now. So how does... We reduced it by about 0.2. Again, popularity of Bonapartist characters is really the thing that's driving this increase. So I don't really have a mechanism for affecting that directly. I only have Bessemer process, wonderful. I only have this one Legitimist, and I don't really have anything I can do to make him better. To make him more popular or anything like that. We just got Bessemer process, so let's go ahead and flip over our steel mills to doing it. That's theoretically going to make them a lot more profitable. What's with steel? We built up. Are we way over on steel? No, we're not. Why are the steel mills unprofitable? So how's coffee going? You gotta be able to find someplace else to sell this coffee. I can't believe the Ottoman Empire is not importing more of it. What if we changed up... Actually, here, let's change up our tariff policy. We're going to set coffee to encourage exports. We're going to set sugar to encourage exports. We're going to set dyes to encourage exports. Meat, we're going to set to encourage exports. And fruit, we're going to set to encourage exports. I don't want to do this with wheat, because I do want to keep wheat affordable in France. Because when the price of bread goes up, that's what causes problems. That's what causes revolutions. I'm going to give this another week to turn over. We'll take a look at the election results, and then I'll see how exportation goes. A torrent of gin and beer. The Republican Party's anti-alcohol policy is hurting their electoral prospects, as scores of thirsty voters flock to the Resistance Party, hoping that a change in government will see an end to the country's temperance policies. Resist temptation? I'll tell you what tempts me. Shoving this boot here up your moralizing teetotalers you unawares. I want a drink, I'll have a drink, and if you shan't let me, I'll go to those that will. No beer, no vote increases momentum for the Resistance Party, or run a smear campaign against these immoral bacchanalians. Reduces the momentum of the Republican Party, increases the momentum of the Resistance Party. I don't necessarily want to donate a ton of momentum to the Resistance Party right now immediately, but weakening the Republicans would be good relative to the Agrarian and Farmer Party. On the other hand, increasing the momentum of the Resistance Party would be good, since that increases the strength of the Catholic Church. I'm going to do it. Let's put them up at 9%. We're going to see how that goes down. So, election results. There we go. 77% of the votes go to the Resistance Party. We will maintain a government of just the Republicans. So if we stop suppressing the intelligentsia and pull them in, that's going to reduce the legitimacy further. So let's go ahead and do it. So, what does that do? Still progressing at 2.3. We have overtaken the Orleanists at this point. So now the primary threat is the Bonapartists. Yeah, again, just reducing the size of the military can't be the main answer here. So, now that we've changed over our policies, let's see if we can do some exporting sugar to Belgium. Coffee. Still no markets for coffee. Are we at least exporting more of it to the Ottomans? We should be. Yeah, at least a little bit. Gosh, Turkey is obsessed with coffee. We should be able to make a profit selling this stuff. I wonder if they got mercantilism on. Hey, Ottoman Empire. I can't improve relations because I don't have the influence. What if I stopped improving relations with Spain for the moment? What would it take to have a trade proposal? Increased volume of trade needed by a lot. They are happy to be trading with us, though. That's nice. Alright. So how's the iron situation overall in the country? Iron is still extremely, extremely expensive. I'm going to put the motor industries at the top just to get us building those. Then we'll do this here expansion of the iron industry. That should help a lot. Because at this point, each iron mine is producing 72 iron. So 4 levels of iron mines is going to increase our amount of available iron by 300. That's going to allow us to have a really significant increase overall in the size of the construction sector. So with that having been established, I'm going to put some in Alsace-Lorraine because I feel like Alsace-Lorraine is the ideal place. Russia's taking over the Caucasian Imamate. Again, not my business, just something that's going on in the world. And hopefully that will let us get where we want to go even faster. Can we export meat anywhere? A little bit to America. Gosh. Diplomatic tour. The ruling intelligentsia, led by the charismatic Adolphe Thiers, has initiated a great promotional tour. The decision to focus efforts domestically or internationally has been left to the last minute, however, and it's unclear if the intelligentsia will do more for itself or for the country as a whole. Nothing wrong with a little self-promotion if it's for a good cause. And how would you determine the character of a cause? By how it ripens your purse? But by its very nature. Why, a cause of ragamuffins might have a healthy effect on the state if its heart is in the right place. The tour should drum support for the intelligentsia. This makes them stronger. Or it should drum support for France, which gives us extra influence. I'm going to go with the second one. Having a little extra influence is going to give us some infamy decay increases, and that's going to be very, very good. How much longer is this truce? 8 more months. Alright, that's going to be enough for this episode. I think the end of the next episode, during the next episode, we'll grab the rest of Mascara, finish out the conquest of Algiers. And after that, I don't know what we're going to do about Bonapartism. I may need to ungoof up the government legitimacy just to slow down the Bonapartists, which I would not love to do, but which I might have to. That'll slow us down significantly. I know there are going to be options for reducing the support for Bonapartism, but I can't find. And I know there's going to be an event a little later that'll allow me to get a bunch of progress for legitimism, but I can't get there yet, and the Bonapartists are really far ahead, and I can't do anything about that. Except for continuing to build up farms, which obviously is fine. It's just not great for the economy. I'm sure we can build up vineyards. There's always people willing to buy wine. This is France. Let me queue up a few of those in various locations. Don't want to outrun my infrastructure capacity here, but I've got plenty of infrastructure available in these states. Yeah, we're going to build 20 levels of vineyards, and hopefully that'll help. For the moment, though, I've had fun this episode. I hope you have as well, and I will see you on the other side.